streets of Taipei. Eh? Go back. That's the streets where I used to live when I was a student.
Where are you now?
In the middle of Mozart.
Where did you study?
NTU, the best.
Do you prefer Taiwan or China?
This is probably the best logo ever, because Taiwan encapsulates the best qualities of Asia, the efficiencies of Japan, and the kindness of the Southeast Asia. Let's focus on Taipei though. This is Taipei written in Chinese characters and at the same time looks like love. Here's my university, Taida in Chinese, NTU in English language, National Taiwan University. It's there. Big campus, piece of an oasis in the middle of the chaos of the traffic in Taipei. There are no cars inside except professors and service. Even students have to use bikes, not even scooters. It's really adorable place to be. It's open to public. You can go have a stroll. It's almost like a botanic garden. Actually, it's more beautiful than the botanic garden itself. Sport facilities could host Olympic Games. Look what's outside. Huge boulevards. Elevated highways running in the middle of the city. The noise, the pollution. But there's a solution to all this, and that solution is the fantastic public transport of Taipei. Look at this. This is the one going to and from the airport. Look at the floor. It's so clean. And if you need special assistance, I saw it several times. They take you to the train and they pick you up from the right station, from the right door. These are the bus. You had to know in advance Chinese signs to know if you have to check in or check out. It's much more simple now. The card will do everything, just check in and out, and then you will not have any trouble. Free, clean public toilets in every MRT station. Not sure I should be flattered by this one. As concerns the trains, before you take your train or on board, you can buy these amazing rice boxes. For a few euros, 2-3 euros, you get this really good meal. When you're at the airport, you can pray. All kinds of religions, or let's say the 3 major ones, are covered. Let's see what's inside. And now let's talk about food, our favorite subject. This is the place where I used to grab breakfast on my way to university. It's a tiny thin crepe with inside an omelette, and you can have some red sauce on top. This was also some lunch we would get. It's a Taiwanese burger. It's called Guabao. This is one of the most famous places. I tried it again and it's absolutely delicious. Paid less than 2 euros. Keep the tickets whatever you buy, because this is a lottery. I also found back the vegetarian buffet where I used to go, and to my surprise, unlike the rest, this still costs 50 Taiwanese dollars, 1 euro. Just to compare, this is an outside buffet near my hotel, and I paid 2-3 euros, just to give you a comparison. Tea is everywhere in Taipei. Every street has got 1, 2, 3 tea places. This is one of the newest, so there is the beginning of a queue even before it opens. This is one of the traditional ones that set up the whole scenery to show how bubble tea is made. It's not my favorite one, honestly. It's all over the world, this one. I always go for matcha wherever I can. So it's not about bubbles, it's about matcha. In a muffin, in an ice cream. I don't particularly advise to go to this shop. It's just to show you an example of all kind of matcha sweets and fantastic offers that are tempting me all over the place in Taipei. For example, this one was nothing special. The pastry, I mean. So, and this is one of my top favorite is stinky tofu. Why stinky? Because it truly smells like shit. It's fermented tofu, but the taste is fantastic. You need to have the guts to try it though. I have to say, it took me at least going to Taiwan 1 year in order to be able to enjoy it. In fact, I've been going to Taiwan since 2009. I lived there over a year, and that's what it takes probably to get in familiar with all the strange food, which then becomes your go-to food. This is my stinky tofu. And this is bird saliva, my next one. Here's the queue for the top famous, world famous Din Tai Fung, considered by New York Times one of the 10 food restaurants that you should go to before you die. This is the historic one. It's not open yet and people are beginning to queue. I've seen crowds queuing outside for the last 15 years, believe me. Now here you don't see the crowd outside because it was already closed acceptance, it was too late. This is the one below the 101 Taipei Tower, which used to be the tallest skyscraper in the world, and now I think it's still the second or the third. These are the makers of the dream. So this dumplings filled with broth, and this is how I suck the broth before attacking the dumpling itself. Other delicacies, this is hot pot. It's a fantastic way to entertain yourself with friends. You can have it individual or collective. In this case it was individual because we didn't want to eat too much. This is a super famous pin noodle pork intestine soup, and they've been going crazy producing cups. I don't know, count how many seconds each cups. There's a crowd outside eating, even standing, all day long. This was mine. You can see how it is, quite thick. The taste of intestine is not too strong for those who are hesitating. This is another specialty in Taiwan. Even CNN suggested to go to this one in particular, is shaved ice with mango. This is something in between a granita and an ice cream. And this is a night market. It's basically a must-go. This is one of the smallest ones. I don't even give you the name, probably. I will put it below. If you want big ones, there are others. Maybe I will suggest a few names. You can eat inside, you can eat on the street, you can eat with air conditioning, you can eat standing, takeaway, all kinds of solutions. Generally quite accessible prices. Food quality incredible. After you eat, you either go to temple to pray, or you get a lovely friends that take you with the scooter to do some sport. We went to the park alongside the river. We left the scooter with our helmets there because nobody steals anything in Taiwan. It's very rare. And even though you see skateboarders, the kind of community that normally in the Western world you would be afraid of, everyone is so innocent and nice in Taiwan. It's incredible. And you have this amazing park alongside the river where you can bike, you can skate. And people use the riverside for all kinds of activities, practicing music, or looking at the scenery with a romantic walk, dancing, basketball, playing golf, practicing as a DJ. And here is a bit of a mix-up of skateboarders, a group practicing classic music, and my friend practicing his moves. Let's talk about the temples of Taiwan. Convenience stores. You find everything. Hot food, cold food, you pay your bills, you pay your taxes, you sit down for a cafe. They're open 24 hours. They are the most amazing place. Here again, on the issue, super cute restaurants and a highway passing in front. An elevated one. But as soon as you step on a side street, you get this kind of scenery. Green, calm, super charming, cute places. Especially at nights, it looks fantastic. Consider the big boulevards as an evil that is necessary though for moving fast. Buses have very strong air conditioning. And then you can step aside, you've got little streets, and although the buildings might not look wow, it's full of green and it's full of charm. Considering cafes, it's full of cafes, but pay attention. This often happens in Asia. Cafes open late, 11 and 12. There are a few cafes open early, it's mostly takeaway, but those where you want to sit down and stay and enjoy, they open late, because cafes and desserts is quite a late activity for Asians. And the parks everywhere with people doing all kind of Tai Chi, sports, activities. This turtle jumped in the water in front of me, but I couldn't press record on time. And this area I love, Dihua Street. Old facade mimicking Western style, but under the arches it's full of traditional Chinese confiserie and medicine and tea shops. It's really, really charming street. You should not visit Taipei without including a visit to Dihua Street. Ximen. How can you not go to Ximen? Epitomized by the Red House. Used to be a theater, a cover market, and behind the Red House there's this huge square with a lineup of all the LGBT bars of Taipei, basically. There are others in other areas, but this is quite impressive in the evening. And then you have dinner with your friends. With some drama, of course. What do you think about his fridge? How comes his fridge is full? I don't believe.
Well, come here every day.
Your mom filled your fridge today because you never had a fridge full of stuff like this. Never.
Don't make your YouTube video at my home without my permission with your phone with a European tag on it, thinking that it's legal.
His mom cooked for me Italian food. Actually, it's a mix Italian and Spanish. Actually, it was very good. But still, I had to buy my friend. This was my hotel room. Actually, this is the hotel, not the hotel room. This is the corridor leading to my hotel room. Pay 100 euros per night. You can find less or more. All kind of prices in Taipei, actually. This was the view from my window. The bathroom divided into the dry and the wet area. This is a typically Japanese style that has been spreading in Asia. Hopefully I passed over to you a glimpse of why Taiwan touched my heart. Don't forget to subscribe.